here I am with my boat, the Naughty Lass, right? Just the other side of the bridge where I started the last video. That's where I had my boat blacked at the Northwich Dry Dock, just over there. But yeah, I'm right by Northwich Quay. This is where a lot of boats are moored up long term, permanent moorings. But this is a 48-hour mooring, so I'm allowed to stay here for a little bit. And yeah, it's quite nice. A bit overgrown, obviously, with the grass, but yeah, it's also a fair bit of sand which is left from where the River Dane comes out, because the River Dane meets the Weaver Navigation here and just seems to deposit quite a lot of sand. There's a pub of the week nearby, although unfortunately when I was passing this one, the Salty Dog, it wasn't open yet, so oh well, there's always a reason to come back next time. And don't worry, because in this episode we will find a pub at some point. Anyway, I'm getting a bit of a wet arse now because it has been raining quite a bit. And yeah, let's just crank it. Shall we? Let's just crank it. So that Salty Dog pub is along that bridge, just that way, and then on the left, around the left-hand side. Just drop my bottle. Water, not beer, not yet. And then we've got some facilities there, but as you can see, they're completely out of action. So there's no pump out facility on this navigation at the moment, so I'm quite worried. I'll be weeing in a bottle. I mean, that's just keeping it real, right? So the nearest pump out for me is up the lift again and back on the Trent and Mersey. Right, already a bit of a detour because I've just stopped here at the Anderton Boat Lift moorings because I've seen some of my really good boater friends and I thought, well, I can't miss the opportunity of saying hello to them. So yeah, we're going to set off together. I'm going to ring ahead to the lock and just let them know we've got 2 boats coming and not just one. Right, here we are at Saltersford Locks. So, one for big boats and one for smaller boats like us. But even the smaller lock is rather generous in its proportions. Bit on my nose. You do that? Flary nostrils. Wow. For For the most part, my narrowboating is done solo. I'm on my own going into remote places and I don't see anyone that I recognise. So it's just a massive treat for me to be able to cruise along this river with my mates. We're side by side once again, but we should probably speed it up a little bit because the lock keeper's waiting for us, isn't he? Because they do go home at a sort of quite a sensible time. Yeah, so we've got to get that turbo out. Show us what it can do, Jay. Just gotta watch out if we don't hit each other, that's all. That was my fault. Too busy taking pictures for you. I've just dropped back because there's a workboat coming the other way, so I didn't want to get in the way of that. Whee! What a way to travel, eh? To work. Yeah, it does actually make me think that back in the day when you could do this as a job, you know, if you transport goods up and down on a boat, surely that was limited to a certain number of people that could actually do it. So that's sort of the lucky few. I feel like that would be a top job to have. Speaking of top jobs, I'm forever grateful to the people that can financially support me with these videos. That includes Mike Prater, James Churton, Dave O'Shea, Sean, Lynn Roar, I hope that's how you pronounce your name, Charlotte Greenway, Charlie West, Tom Brindley, Maggie Turner, and last but not least, Johnita. Thank you to everyone that's joined the Crank It crew on Patreon. I love you guys, you're the best. We're here on the map, there's that caravan site, and there's a pub there, there's also a pub there, so that's the direction we need to go. Apart from the rowing boats going past and the rain that poured down around us, this was a lovely mooring with a good view of the bridge and its surrounding area. And once the rain had subsided and the sun came out again, it was time to track down the local pub of the week. Pub of the week. Yeah. This is our pub of the week. For this time, it's the Lee Arms, and there's nothing particularly special or interesting on first glance at this place, but when you're with your mates, it doesn't really matter, does it? Just have a pint, have a laugh, and yeah, just enjoy the atmosphere. Yeah. It's pretty cool. This pub is right next to the river itself, so our boats are over there, and we've walked underneath that bridge, along here, and there it is. And I'd say it's one of them sort of gastro pubs, you know, you get some good food here, I imagine. But we're just here for a few pints to share stories of our experiences of cruising the cut. Not David Johns, just cruising around on narrowboats. Back to my pint.
I must have been a bit too crazy.
Go on, have a go on that as well. Off you go then.